Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE 205 Live review for October 31st, 2017, the Halloween edition of 205 Live, and I'm just going to get right into the review. We had Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph on commentary for this show, and we had the first match. It was Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa, and before the match, Drew Gulak comes out, and he talks about how Halloween should be canceled. He makes he gives a PowerPoint presentation about things that would make Halloween better, and he said that people should eat candy and go trick or treating, and it was a very funny. I thought it was hilarious. Then we had the match. It was a standard wrestling match. This match got this is boring chance, which I can't really blame the crowd. I mean, it wasn't like a bad match or anything, but it was just very basic. So Tozawa wins with the senton, but Gulak worked over the throat a lot of Tozawa. And I guess this is going to be the end of this feud. I mean, I don't really know where else they can go with this feud. If anything, I think Gulak should have went over because he's really starting to get over. I think he's been fantastic on Raw when he's been with the lines he's been given, and I think he's done a great job with this role, but they gave it to Tozawa, whatever. Then Rich Swann's backstage, and Cedric Alexander comes up and says that he's not going to turn his back on him. I found this very disappointing because this was kind of like the main reason I was looking forward to this episode. And Rich Swann says, Cedric Alexander tells Rich Swann that if they're going to call you a clown, then let's show them what a real clown looks like. So we had, well, then Mustafa Ali's backstage. He pretty much hyped the Fright Night match by saying a bunch of comedy, talking about how Halloween's about candy. We had Rich Swann with Cedric Alexander versus the Brian Kendrick with Jack Gallagher. Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander come out dressed as clowns, and the match was a pretty good match. Rich Swann wins with the Phoenix Splash, I think, and it was a good match. It was a lot of comedy in the beginning, but then the match definitely got better. I'm not really sure where this feud is going because I like the feud and everything, but they need to start having Kendrick and Gallagher start getting some wins in this feud because they're looking pretty bad. And then Grand Metalik cuts a promo backstage. I actually dozed off during this, so I kind of missed what he said. Then we had the main event. It was the Fight Night match. Alia Davari versus Mustafa Ali versus Tony Nese versus Grand Metalik. And Alia Davari comes out and cuts a promo talking about how now that he's aligned with Enzo Amore, he's making the big bucks, even though I thought he already was before. I thought that was his gimmick prior to Enzo joining the Cruiserweight division. I don't know. But overall, this actually was a good match. It did have some comedy spots in it, like Tony Nese not wanting to eat candy since he's got the perfect, 8-pack. When Tony Nese went to get, reach for a bag, thinking there was going to be thumbtacks in it, but instead it was candy corn. Alia Davari going into the bucket of apples where you would bob for apples, and Alia Davari putting the mask on, pretending to be Alia Metalik, and then later on Mustafa Ali taking off Alia Metalik's mask and putting it on a plastic skeleton, calling him Skeleton and Metalik, and what else? I like the one spot I liked was when Grand Metalik went to dive onto Alia Davari and hit a crossbody. Alia Davari hit him with the kendo stick. There was some nice fast-paced action, like Alia Davari hit a frog splash out of nowhere after Metalik had hit a crossbody, and it had some good spots in this match. The finish comes when Mustafa Ali hits a leg drop with a broomstick for the win onto Alia Davari, and yeah, that was about it. But this was a good match here, even though it was a comedy match, and I'm fine with seeing Fight Night or trick or treat street fights if they're good. And this actually was a good match. It had some comedy, but wasn't completely filled with comedy. It had some good action in it. So overall, 205 Live was really an average show. I'll probably give it a 5 out of 10. It was a holiday episode. I don't think they expected a lot of people to be watching this show, so they didn't really put forth any effort. You could tell because they didn't have Enzo Amore or Kalisto on the show, and they did announce on the show that and they're going to have a cruiserweight title match at Survivor Series, and they probably didn't want to throw them out there if they knew no one was going to watch the show. So it is what it is. But that's pretty much my review of 205 Live. Let me give my star ratings for each match. For Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa, I'll probably give that match 2 stars. It was just a basic match. Rich Swann versus Lee Brian Kendrick, probably 2.5. It was fine. And then the Fright Night match, I'll probably give that match 3 stars. I thought that was a good match. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. And do the same for my CM Brothers on the Talking Into YouTube channel. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.